Okay, so here's the in-between pages. Here are our extra photo mats and things that we're going to add that need to be decorated. I'm not going to do that with you. I will just do one. I'll show you how I did the tags. Then the rest I think will be up to you, but the in-between pages I will give you some options. Right, so these are important, I think, to embellish before they go in. Okay. So where's my papers? I just want to show you, just a suggestion, you don't have to do this, it's entirely up to you. So I took these ones. These are like little photo corners that have already been done for you, and I just cut them out. On my first album, I only did the one side, and while I was busy with it, I thought, gosh, I could have done both sides. I'll show you what I mean. So they just need to be cut out. Okay. And then you can just cut off the excess. Right. Just get rid of all of this. Okay, and then we can just, on this distressed line, we can just score. I think I'll just get my mat, it's going to help a little bit. Alright, so that'll turn over. And then you can do the same here. Yeah, that's a bit better. And we'll do exactly the same thing with this one. Right, so we can then just burnish those folds. And you can, what was my plan? To have one go this way, and you can have the other one go that way, like that. Okay, so there's your options, and you can slide some goodies in. See, and again, I wouldn't attach these until you have decided on your photos and your photo mats. The other option I thought that would look nice is if we put it inside like that, cut off these ones, and then attached it so that it becomes like a corner pocket that on both sides like that. But then that would mean having to cut these off. Okay, so those are your options for this one. You can have it on both corners, or you can have it on just the one. So my suggestion always is let's attach with some paper clips, and we can make some final decisions once you start to add your photographs. I think that's very important. You need to decide that. All right, then eventually, once you have decided that, your in-between page will be stuck down over there. So I'm just going to keep these aside for now, and we'll come back to that. Right, and then the next thing I just want to run through with one of the tags that I did. So I have already cut out my tag, 6.5 centimeters across, 9 centimeters down, and this is what I want to put on here. But in order for me to get my corners to be perfect, or for the, not perfect, but for there to be more or less the same gap, what I do is I line it up with this, with my big tag, and then just trim off the ends. And do the same thing on the other side. Just line it up with a big tag like that. And use your little piece that you've trimmed already. And then that'll just need a little bit of ink around it. Same thing here. And then that should attach on here quite comfortably. There we go, other side. Like that. So you have more or less, I had it the right way, the same spacing all the way around like that. Okay. You can also, if you wanted to, just cut it off over there and have the black, a full piece of black like that. But again, it's entirely up to you. I chose to do it this way. Okay. Add some glue. And then pop that in on over there like that. And just do a little bit of burnishing. I just want to make sure I've got it straight. There we go. Then my plan is to have this this tag go inside here. So if I show you this one, okay, you can see you have the option also then to add the little tab and the little hole. I'm going to put some piece of ribbon through there so that I have the tab and the ribbon coming through, but you don't have to add the little, if you don't want to add the hole when you cut these out, my suggestion when you fold them over is put this piece on first and let this piece lay over it. But I kind of like this, the effect. So there's the one tag. I again use some of the leftover, the extra bonus patterns and a little embellishment and add it. And I've just inked the back of my tags so that I can add some journaling. All right, let's get the cover done. Or let's do the spines first and then we can do the covers. Right, so we'll come back to that. Right, so Louise has done all these little hinges. She's got some broad ones and some narrow ones, so it just depends where you want to use them. I sometimes feel, and I think she does too, that's hence we have these awesome hinges we can work with, that there's too much black space here. So these little hinges will fit in perfectly. One will go there, and the other one will go perfectly in the middle one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach them. I'm going to put on some music and quickly attach the hinges, and I will see you in a bit. Right, there you go. There's the little joining, the little hinge covers added, so it does make quite a difference. There are enough if you wanted to add to here, which I think I will do. But yeah, I think for now that's okay. And again, it's not something that needs to be done immediately, but you do need to, because I want to add my little extra pages, it needs to be done. All right, so I'm going to add one of the in-between pages, because where did it go? There's the one, there's the other one. So for this in-between page is where I'm going to add my tags pop some tags in, and I'm going to add that pocket. And this in between page, I'm not going to add anything. So remember, I've made the mistake now of putting my goodie there. So I'm going to add my in-between page here where there's a smooth, so that there's something interesting there. Right. So I want to add this one over here. Maybe I change it. Okay, let's add a blank one. So we just add just one with photos on. Maybe I'll embellish it later. We'll see. It would be better to do all the embellishing before you put it in, but it's not the end of the world if you can't. If you can't make up your mind, like umming and ahhing, it's easy enough to add a little something. So all you want to do is line it up so that it's kind of centered to the spine. You want to make sure that you've got it in the middle. You want to double check that it's not over a fold line or score line, and that it is, because we have that pattern at the back there, you just kind of want to make sure that it's the same amount of pattern sticking out on the one side as there is on the other side. That's perfect. We can then just burnish that in place. That then gives you an opportunity to be able to add a few extra photos. Right. So that is going to stand out a little bit, but when you open it up and close it, it will lay flat. And again, once there's some weight on it, some paper, some photographs on there, the weight will also keep it in place. So for now, it's going to be all wild and stand everywhere. And then we're going to add, we were going to add it here, but we can't because we've got that. So we're going to add the other in-between page over here. And I will then add the pockets once a little bit later. Right, I just want to get these pages in so that you can see where they go. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the spine, making sure I've got good coverage. If you do put on a little bit too much, just take off the excess. You can also just work it in a little bit. I did put on a little bit too much. And the same thing, we're going to just find the center, make sure we have the same amount of pattern sticking out. See, I didn't get that quite centered. On the left, on the right, on the top and the bottom. Just going to eyeball that in place. Perfect, like that. And if it is slightly off, it's also not the end of the world. There we go. Right, so as soon as there's some weight on this page, it will do what it's meant to do, open and close nicely. So there we go. So before we get to the front, we can just go have a quick little squiz. So there we go, we're going to have a photo there. I know I'm going to have a photo there, and I've got this open to be able to add some extra embellishing. I have the Constantina booklet here. I haven't added photos yet, so it's a little bit flat. And then we have this pocket, and I'm going to add one of the photo mats to it over there. Right. You can also, because we have a magnet, you can also add a little something here if you wanted to. It won't fall out. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it like that. Right. Then this page is plain. We can add a photo. And just so that I don't forget, I plan to add this little pocket here. So I can just pop it in like that. Okay. And I'm still thinking about whether I want to put the other one on the other side. We'll think about it. Or if I want to put it at the back here so that it's the same. You know. So if it's closed like that. So we can think about that. Right. Then we have again the little Constantina booklet. Uh-oh. I think I've got glue on everything. Or maybe if I pull on the booklet and not on the page, it'll work. Right, so we have the Constantina little bookie. And then that slides in like that. Right? And then that'll open up. And then here we can just put in another one of these photo mats. Can slide into the pocket over there like that. You can add a little something. And then we can decide if we're going to embellish this or just add more photos. Then here, I'll use this closure for now. So we can add a little something in this little tuck spot. Let's just get it open. Again, it just needs a bit of training. There we go. Maybe I'll just leave this in there for the moment. So we can add a little something in there, another photo or something, and then that opens up like that. So you have space here for more photos. Beautiful print out over there. Okay, and you can also add a little embellishment to your magnetic closure. And then we have this nice plain one that you can add something to. I plan to add a photo to that, and to all of these. I might embellish a bit, I don't know. But I would really like to leave quite a bit of space open to be able to put some photos in for Easter egg hunt. So this opens up like that. You can put some photos here or you can put some pattern, but this will fit in a photograph here and then open up like that. And then I just need to find something to put here. In the middle here, I can add another, there we go, photo mat like that. I have done enough and to add a tag. That's what I want to add in there. I do have enough for that. Okay, so that's going to close like that, and I'm going to put a little closure on there. And then one of the things we can do is in between here, the pockets, we can add in these extras. I'm just going to leave them sticking out a little bit because they can also then get on these leftover tabs. We can use those to go on there. And then I have another one here. I can go in there like that. And we can put the extra, remember what I want to do. I want to take one of these, put a normal photo mat in over here that we can embellish. And then I'm going to put my concertina booklet inside here, along with all the other goodies that I've got in here. And then I have another photo mat that I can either add to one of these pockets, so I can pop two in if I wanted to. There is space for it. And just do them together, then the one won't slide. So we can, to the pocket, add in two, or we could put in one, or we could add it here. But there's just so many options for so much space for goodies to go in. And eventually my little tags will also then go in here. Right, so I really, that's really turned out quite nice. I just want to run through a comparison before I do the cover. I just want to do a comparison of the white and the black with you. And also then you can just get some embellishing ideas. Right, so basically for the front cover, oops, what have I done? There you go. Okay, there's those paper clips that get in the way. Right, for the front cover, I've kind of stuck to this, kept it the same. The only difference is here I put a little tab instead of on the side. Okay, so that's where that tab is. But you're welcome to still go in and add a little something if you wanted to. So there's the difference there. Okay, so that then I have the tab there, and this one I don't have a tab, goes like that. I plan to put a photo here, and here I put Spirit of Easter, and here's the Good Friday. Right, on this piece of paper I used one of the patterns from the bonus patterns to make a belly band to go over there, and I have this, I made this as my photo mat, which will then slide in here like that. Right, to close up, and I've just put the bunny and some tickets and another tab. If I do this one with if I do a belly band here, I am not going to put the tab on here. I will just then pop it in so that it goes like that without the tab, because I already have that tab over there. All right, so this one goes over here like that. Right, for the love, for this one I have the concertina booklet inside here. I have a just a normal photo mat that's going to go there. When we open up, I changed it because I made a mistake, right? So I don't have a plain page here. I made a mistake here, and we have the pocket, which should have gone over here, but it's not the end of the world. Here's the in-between page is here now, and I have my my tags that go in here, and instead my in-between page is the next one down. All right. So when we open up here now, this kind of has stayed the same. I didn't change anything here because I really like the lamb. And then when we open up here, we've got a plain page, whereas here I have the pocket that we've attached this into like that. Right, and then obviously now it's said to you we've added the in-between page, whereas this one doesn't have. Then over here, for this one, I've put the concertina bookie in this one, and this one I've just got a normal photo mat. So again, kind of sticks. This one I used the pot, this one I've used the eggs. So again, it's entirely up to you. It's just to give you options, and I think Louise has done something a little bit different. Right, there's the eggs. Exposed is over here instead of on where I've put it here. So when we turn this over, there's my mistake again. So this is just a plain one, but here at the back of this I have the pocket, right, with the insert. So you can see, even though it's kind of the same thing, it's the same but different. So on this, this is the only one that's kind of in the right place. On this in-between page, I have, like I said, cut out the pocket, made a pocket, and then I've just tucked the little envelope goodie inside there, popped 2 little tags in, and I will be attaching this to this, like that, and then adding some extra paper in to create a block effect so that this can then open and close. And this also gives you an option to be able to put some photos in. But there will be photos over there. So that stayed the same. Okay, so this one I have a tag inside my little, the little slit. Here I have this closure, right? And you can see what it looks like swapped around. So this one matched the paper, and this one, without even realizing it, I've matched the paper. All right, so that worked out really nicely. That was not by design, that is just an accident, a happy accident. Okay, so there we go with our photo mats, place for photo mats. All right, so that worked out really well. That was a good guess, that. Right, and then again, this one is plain, and here I have the little pocket behind like that. So on this one, I plan to just add photos. I don't want to do all this embellishing. So on this one, I've just paper pieced some paper together and fussy cut the little bottle, and that's going to be in the front. Then I have a photo, and that will go like that. And then for this one, as a closure, I'm just going to have that little tag on, and then everything else here stayed the same, except on the inside now, I have that little faith, and I have the paper and this like this. So the same album, just put together slightly differently, and it you know, it already gives you a totally different feel. Right, so all that's left to do with you before we carry so that you can carry on your own, is to do the front cover, and I have that. Right, so Louise has already sized these to fit perfectly on the front and the back, and you can pick and choose which bunny you want on the front and which bunny you want on the back. I think I'm going to have this bunny on the back, and I'm going to have these bunnies on the front. So again, entirely up to you. She's also given you a title for your page. It says Bunny Kisses and Easter Wishes. You can add that to your front if you want, or you can add put something different on. It's entirely up to you, but that's going to go there. And then this, she's done this as the spine. I am, having been through all the paper and stuff and seen something, I kind of like this one. So I think I'm going to use the stripe as the spine because it really picks up nicely. So you can keep this and use this somewhere else in your album. Okay, so I'm just, because I already know I want the two little bunnies. Decisions. Oh, I really like these bunnies. I think they must be in the front. Yep. These bunnies, before I change my mind, before I get confused, I'm going to pop these, just some glue. Pop these bunnies on the front. I love that all the measuring and sizing has already been done for you. You just literally have to lick and stick. Okay. Just going to open that up and just make sure. There we go. Close it up again. There you go. Perfect. Just burnish that, make sure it goes everywhere nicely. Right. So I know that the spine is 5 centimeters and the album is 11, so this needs to be cut to 10.5. Let me do it this way. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger. I'm going to cut it to 5. I can always trim off a little bit if need be. Might be a little bit too wide, but let's see. And we know that this is 10.5. And then go around the edges. So I'm not going to title my album just yet. I will keep everything. Once I start to add my pictures, I can then start to add my embellishments. If you already have pictures, then you can go ahead and start to embellish and add all the little extras as you go. Right, so I think that, yes, that's going to fit in there perfectly. The 5 centimeter will work brilliantly because we have those little gaps where we, I'll show you now the little spacing in between the spine. So this, a 5 centimeter block for this will work brilliantly. Okay, just want to line that up with that and that. Works perfectly. There, and then the back. Now the trick is, remember that this paper has direction. You want to make sure that your album, that you have it the right way before you stick, otherwise you're going to end up with upside down bunnies. So that is the top. When we turn it over, that is the top. Just double check that you don't accidentally stick your bunnies on upside down. Right, just going to burnish that on. And there we go. Right. So this can be fussy cut out and added here. I would put the bunny kisses over there and Easter wishes down the bottom here. But again, just something that I will add once I'm done with my photos. And if I was giving this as a gift, which is what I most likely will be doing, then I would rather just cut this out like a little bit randomly like that and pop it in that box at the back. Okay, so that the person who adds their photos and stuff then can decide if they want to use that as their album title or not. But there we go. I think that that has turned out really awesome. I am going to carry on embellishing. And there you go, that's the little project complete. If you're wanting to see other themes that coordinate with this particular album, the album making, the way this album is made, Louise refers to it as style 1, but she has a variety of digitals that you can purchase from her, different themes that will coordinate perfectly with this particular style. So I know that she has already uploaded the Christmas one, but and I'm sure by Saturday she will have uploaded the rest of them. So I hope that you've enjoyed the process, and if you want to qualify for the prize for this class, you need to upload your pictures. You can just take a picture of your album open like that. It doesn't have to be page for page, just one picture of your album, and you can then just upload it to the media. If you go and look on the media on the Facebook page, on the 2024 NSD Facebook page, look for class number 5 and just upload. If you can just take a picture of your album like that, I'll be happy with that. You can upload that onto the Facebook page, and then that will give you a chance to win the prize. Remember, I have a project 1 and 2. You do not have to participate in both projects to qualify. You can just do one or both. It's entirely up to you, but either way you can qualify to win the prize, which is 6 months access to our Scrap Savvy online workshops. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the NSD, and I look forward to seeing what you do. Thank you for watching.